This is St. Louis Cardinals baseball here on Let's Talk Sports, brought to you by Budweiser, the #1 beer, Major League Baseball, and also brought to you by a new Era Cap. Neither one are real sponsors to Let's Talk Sports, but they are sponsors to the Cardinals and all that stuff. But it is Game 2 of a 3-game series here at home, as the Cardinals get set to take on the Houston Astros on Jackie Robinson Day. Yes, so you can see everybody's wearing the number 42 jerseys. Number 42 on the back of their jerseys. You know, it's a very special day. You know, Jackie Robinson, he's left a very big, impact on Major League Baseball, and a lot of players say that they probably got into baseball because of Jackie Robinson and all that type of stuff. The Cardinals will have Erick Fedde on the mound today for them. 3 starts this year. He's pitched in 18 innings, has an ERA right at 3. While the Astros will have... Who the heck is pitching for the Astros today? It is Luis Garcia. Game 2 of a 3-game series here at Busch between the Cards and Astros. The Astros won the first game 11-0, blanking the Cardinals. And Framber Valdez, he had a no-hitter going into the 8th, and then it was broken up. So Jeremy Pena leads off 2-1 count. Yes, we have the putting the quick counts on for this game because I actually have a couple things to do today. I might have to run to town after this game, so this game might be a little bit quicker. 2-2 pitch, and Jeremy Pena hits it into center field to start things off for the Astros. Here against Erick Fedde, we'll take a look at the rest of the Astro lineup here in just a second. But Jeremy Pena was the leadoff hitter. He's at shortstop. Batting second and center field is Dubon. Hitting third and second is Jose Altuve. Christian Walker's cleanup at first. Diaz bats fifth. He's the catcher. Isaac Paredes bats sixth. He's at third. Jake Myers bats seventh. He's at the DH. Batting eighth and left is Pedro Leon, and Cooper Hummel's in right, batting ninth. Take a look at the defense in this one for the Cardinals. Luke and Baker's at first base, which means Contreras has the night off. At second base is Nolan Gorman. Third base, Arenado. Shortstop, Mason Wynn. In the outfield from left to right, Brendan Donovan is in left. Trent Grisham's in center. Burleson's in right. And Herrera's behind the plate. For those of you wondering what's going on with Lars Nootbaar, he's still hurt. Was on the injured list with a wrist sprain. So that's why you'll see Brendan Donovan in left field today. And there he is right there as Dubon flies out to left. There's the rest of the lineup, and then you'll also see the bench. Jordan Alvarez has the day off. He ended up playing the game before this and was actually really good for the Astros. Jordan Alvarez, is a good hitter in real life, so makes sense. And now Jose Altuve, another dangerous threat to this Astro lineup, as Erick Fedde picks up his first strikeout of the game and the second out of the top of the first. So 2 outs now. Here is Christian Walker. Erick Fedde, of course, came over to the Cards last year in a trade from the White Sox, and then Cardinals had full control of him for 2025. Don't be surprised if we end up trading him in this franchise mode, because I do plan. I don't really know who I'm going to trade yet, but I do know there's some pieces where we kind of struggle on, and I think we could probably trade Fedde for like a left-hander in the rotation or something like that. Not to mention we have a couple guys in AAA who I'm, anxious to call up and get them in the major leagues. So we'll see. If Fedde continues to pitch good, we'll trade him. But either way, I do plan on trading Eric Betty. So 3-2 pitch. And called strike 3 on Christian Walker. One of the new additions to the Astro lineup. And we go to the bottom of the first inning. Astros get a base hit. They leave a runner on. Cards coming to bat. Here against Luis Garcia when we return. And there's Luis Garcia on the mound today for the Astros. He's pitched in one game this year. He pitched 5 innings. He has a 1.80 ERA. Right-handed batters hit 222 against this guy. So he's kind of have like reverse splits. Left-handers hitting 200 off of him. And Mason Wynn, the leadoff hitter for the Cards, hits a grounder to third. And that will be out number 1. We'll take a look at the Redbird lineup real quick. Mason Wynn was the leadoff hitter. He's at short. Trent Grisham, Alec Burleson, Jordan Walker, Nolan Arenado, Lucan Baker, Herrera, Brendan Donovan, and Nolan Gorman, all in that order. As you can see, a lot of guys in this lineup that are struggling to hit the ball well. Lucan Baker, the reason why he's hitting 0-0-0 is because he's only played in one game. And in that one game, he went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. So
2 balls, 1 strike.
That is why. Here's Trent Grisham hitting .324. One of the few guys in this lineup that is hitting the ball pretty good. I think he's the only guy hitting above 300. There's a strikeout for Garcia. That's out number 2. 2 outs now. Here is Alec Burleson. Sinker, low, ball 2. 3 home runs for Alec Burleson on the year. 2 of them came in the same game against the Pittsburgh Pirates. In a game that the Cardinals would go on to win, surprisingly. 2-2 count from Garcia. And he hits it to first. Garcia racing to the bag, covers for the out. And just like that, we are heading into the second inning. A scoreless first inning for both teams. We go to the second. Yainer Diaz, Isaac Paredes, and Jake Myers all due up for Houston. Here at the top of the second inning. Crazy to think that these two teams were once division rivals once upon a time. Diaz hits one out to left. Donovan goes back, diving catch. He can't get it. And the umpires call it foul. Count is even 2-2. And another strikeout for Eric Fetty. That's his 3rd in a row. He's been relying on that sweeper a lot throughout the early parts of this game. Isaac Paredes came over in the trade in the offseason for Kyle Tucker from the Chicago Cubs. Flies out to Trent Grisham in center. That is out number 2. 2 outs. Here's Jake Myers hitting 200 right on the dot. Has 1 home run this year. There's the sinker. 2-1. Jake Myers 1 for 6 lifetime against Eric Betty. Jake Myers has 4 hits this year. 1 home run. That's pretty much it. 2-2 count. Now on the cutter.
The count's full. Ball 4. Take your base.
A 1-1 count to Pedro Leon, and Jake Myers ended up working a walk, I believe. Yep. Sorry, I was texting my mom. Might have to go over there and get some stuff from her. I think my mom's house is like it's like a 30-minute drive from where I live, or from where I'm staying at. There's a strikeout to Pedro Leon. 4 on the day for Eric Fetty. We go to the bottom of the second. Jordan Walker, Arenado, and Lucan Baker are all due up. To face Luis Garcia here in the second. Jordan Walker, leads the Cardinals in hits this year with 17.
That's ball 2.
That's 2 and 2. He'll look for hit number 18 here against Luis Garcia. There's a slurve, and it's a full count. Arenado on deck, followed up by the rookie first baseman Lucan Baker. Walker hits one out to center, making the catch. Out there in center is the lovely Marcio Dubon, and that is out number 1. Let's see, we've been streaming now for about 11 minutes, and we're halfway through the second inning. Arenado hitting .230. A drop third strike. Diaz throw down to first.
He's out.
Gets Arenado with no problem. That's the second strikeout for Garcia. And here's Lucan Baker.
Ball.
Baker with the 3-1 count on him. He's got a couple different options here. He can either take a walk, get a base hit, strike out. And a cutter misses for ball 4. And what do you know? Lucan Baker does just that. What I just said. He was going to work a walk. So the Cardinals have a runner at first base for the first time in this game, and now bring in Herrera. Hitting .267. There's a sinker. That's another 3-1 count. Herrera, in his last game, was 0 for 2 with a walk, ironically. He can probably start things off with a walk here with 2 outs. Swings and misses in the cutter, 3 and 2.
3-2.
Here comes the 3-2 pitch from Garcia. There's a sinker hang down the left field line. That's going to be trouble. Baker's rounding second. He's rounding third. He might come in to score. 1-0 St. Louis. As Ivan Herrera delivers on a 2-out RBI double. Baker was absolutely flying around the bases. Scores all the way from first on a 2-out double hit by Ivan Herrera, making it 1-0 Cards. Here's Brendan Donovan. Donovan, as you guys know, has not been hitting the ball well to start off the year. Only has 2 RBIs. Here comes the 1-2 from Garcia. Donovan hits it to third, and we go to the third as Ivan Herrera puts the Cardinals on the board first, an RBI double. Makes it 1-0 St. Louis after 2. Here's some news going around Major League Baseball. Tyrone Taylor collects 5 RBIs in a win versus the Twins. Tariq Skubal, a complete game shutout versus the Brewers. And then Michael Massey had an 0 for 16, and his 0 for 16 has a 2-hit performance as the Royals were taking on the Yankees today. So that's some news going around in Major League Baseball. Here's Cooper Hummel, was a waiver claim by the Astros during the offseason. Hits it foul, and the count is 1-2. For those of you just tuning in, Josh Wright getting the call on a Saturday morning. I know it's Saturday morning. Interleague play, Cardinals and Astros. These two teams were once division rivals for a little while. Late 90s, early 2000s. In the early 2000s, it was mainly the Cardinals in the Astros competing for the NL Central. I think in between 1988 and 2006, it was either the Cardinals or the Astros winning the division. The only time in between that span, the only time either of these teams won the division or made the playoffs was 2003, and that year the division was won by the Chicago Cubs. Jeremy Pena strikes out, 2 outs here in the third. Eric Fetty picks up strikeout number 5 on the day. It was a nice sinker. Top of the third inning now, 2 outs. Here's Dubon. Had a base hit, and then last night's Astros winner. And he hits one out to left center field. Back goes Grisham at the wall, and he's there to make the catch. Bottom of the third inning coming up here at Busch Stadium. 1-0 Cardinals. Nolan Gorman leads off for the Cards here in the bottom of the third inning. For you just tuning in, MLB The Show 25, Cardinals franchise. I'm doing a Cardinals franchise this year because nobody else was, which is great. Gorman hits it foul. The count is 1-2. Hitting a .133. He's mainly been hitting in the number 9 spot throughout most of the season so far. There's a drop, third strike. Diaz throw down to first is in time. So the Cardinals, after this 3-game set versus the Astros. Oh, never mind. He reached first base. What was it, like a wild throw? Yeah, it was. Well, either way, Gorman's on. Sorry, I was not expecting that. Runner on for the Cards. Here's Mason Wynn. There's a base hit in the right field. Gorman goes to second. And it's 2-1, nobody out. Past the diving first baseman. In the right field, nice little hit for Mason Wynn. And that's going to bring in Trent Grisham. Figure this would be a good time to bring it up. The Cardinals, after this 3-game series versus the Astros, will be heading on the road. We'll be heading to New York and Atlanta for a 7-game road trip. And then we'll be back at home for 3 games against the Brewers, and then on the road again to Cincinnati. And then heading into May, we'll be coming back home on May 2nd through May 7th. 3 games with the Mets, and then 3 games with the Pirates. And we'll be on the road again. On the road again. Can't wait to get on the road again. Trent Grisham, 2-2 count. He strikes out, 1 away. Figure this would be a good time to talk about our promotion / giveaways and our ticket night themes. The theme tickets are a great way to get access to exclusive promotional items and fan events. For details and full list of dates, visit cardinals.com/theme. Here's Alec Burleson, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. On the weekend of April 25th through the 27th, on Friday, April 25th, the Cardinals will have Battlehawks night at the ballpark, and then April 27th is Donate Life Day presented by Mid-America Transplant. That'll be the weekend of April 25th through the 27th when the Cardinals host the Milwaukee Brewers. The promotions and giveaways that same weekend will be a replica City Connect embroidered jersey presented by Stifel, and then a Cardinals golf umbrella presented by Central Bank. That'll be April 25th through the 27th, Cardinals and the Brewers. There's a base hit in the right field. And the Cardinals have the bases loaded now with one out. And Jordan Walker coming up. Little bit of small ball being played today. Whitey Herzog would be proud.
Nope, that's a ball.
3-1 pitch to Walker. Was 0 for 3 last night. Was 0 for 1. 0 for 1 today. Strike 2.
3 balls, 2 strikes. That's ball 4.
Outside ball 4, and the Cardinals will walk in a run. And it's 2-0 St. Louis now with Arenado coming up. Hit hard down the line and foul. 2-2. Count is full. Once more, and Lucan Baker's on deck. 3-2 pitch. That is fair down the left field line. Just kidding, it's foul. It looked like it was fair, but umpire's calling it foul. 3-2 pitch, try this again. That one was definitely hit foul down the line, and this time in the first base side. Wynn is at third, Burleson at second, and Jordan Walker's at first. Another 3-2. It's a grounder. Too short, they get one, and got them both a double play. A nice save by Jeremy Pena at short. A double play ends the inning. We go to the fourth. It's 2-0 St. Louis. Two 2-0 Cardinals as we go to the fourth inning. Here's the Astros in their last 10 games. Of course, they are 3-7 in their last 10 games. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Twins. Lost 2 out of 3 to the Mariners. Was swept over the weekend against the Angels. And then, of course, got the win last night against the Cardinals. Here's Jose Altuve. 48.3 WAR in just 15 seasons played. That's fouled off, and it's 1-2. Altuve had been a part of the Astros since 2010, I believe. He hits it out to deep left field. And this one is gone. The Astros are on the board. Jose Altuve, his second home run of the year. That was in the upper deck, and it's a 2-1 game. A huge home run off the bat of Altuve. Into the upper deck in left field. The lead's now cut in half to 2-1. Now I'll bring in Christian Walker. Walker, I believe, started his career in Baltimore, then went to Arizona, and he spent this year with the Astros because they needed a first baseman, and well, Christian Walker was their guy. He strikes out 2 away, or 1 away. Here in the 4th inning, here is Yainer Diaz. He too struck out his last time up against Eric Fetty. There's a sweeper. Ball 2. Fly ball to center, 2 outs.
No, that's low. Ball.
Ball 3 to Paredes.
Foul ball.
Now it is a full count, 3-2. Strikes out. Two in the inning. Altuve, the little engine that could. It's a home run down into left field into the upper deck, where Big Macland would be. Heading to the bottom of the 4th inning now, 2-1 Cardinals. Here's Luke and Baker. Walked his first time up.
Ball. That's inside.
Astros already got some guys warming up in their bullpen, a lefty and a righty. There's a nice play by Walker. Flips to Garcia. And that is out number 1. So here is Herrera. Ouch. RBI double his last time up. Strikes out this time up. Now bring in Brendan Donovan. Been streaming for about almost 28 minutes. Almost hitting the 30-minute mark. 2-1 count. Strike 2.
2-2 the count.
Strikes out. Into 4. 2-1, St. Louis leads. Both pitchers going pretty strong in the at the end of 4 innings. Both pitchers allowed a run. Garcia's allowed 3 hits, 2 walks. He struck out 6. Fetty, meanwhile, is allowed 2 hits, 1 walk, and struck out 7 hitters, or has 7 strikeouts on the day.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
Strikes out. There's number 8 on the day for Eric Fetty. And it comes against Jake Myers. Here's Pedro Leon.
Put down on good. We'll put down on weaponry.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got the Final Four going on today. All 4 number 1 seeds.
Nope, outside.
Making the Final Four this year for the first time since 2008. We've got Auburn, we've got Duke.
We got a full count.
Auburn playing Florida and Duke playing Houston. Cooper Hummel has a 3-2 count on him. Or never mind, Pedro Leon has a 3-2 count on him. Cooper Hummel's on deck. Three-two. And fouled off. Strikes out. Back-to-back for Eric Fetty. Here in the 5th inning. And now bring in Cooper Hummel.
Hey. One ball.
And he's got a 1-2 count on him. Fly ball to deep center. Back goes Trent Grisham at the wall. He makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Nolan Gorman, Mason Wynn, Trent Grisham all do up for the Birds. When we come back, 2-1's the score. Bottom of the 5th inning, and the Astros go into their bullpen early today. Bennett Sosa will come in. Bennett Souza with the U. The left-hander comes in relief to face Gorman, who does not do good versus lefties, so
One ball, 2 strikes.
he has okay power against them, but
Ball.
2-2. Gorman hits it foul, and it's 2-2. Gorman struck out, but then reached first base on a wild pitch. He strikes out this time and has to walk back to the dugout.
Up next for the Cardinals, the shortstop,
Here's Mason Wynn. He's grounded out to third and had a single and 2 trips to the plate. And he is hit in the shoulder. He'll reach first base for the 2nd time today. So that will bring in Trent Grisham. There's Fred Bird trying to get this crowd all excited. Grisham hits it out to left. Base hit. As it falls in front of Leon, Wynn goes over to third. It's 1st and 3rd with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
That's ball 2.
Ball 2 to Burleson.
balls, 1 strike.
Ball 4 and the... Why am I stuttering? Ball 4 and the Cardinals have the bases loaded again. For Jordan Walker. Again.
Nope. 2-1. Ah. 2-2 now.
Walker hits it into left field, and it is caught for out number 2. Runner will tag. Come home and score, and it's a 3-1 game. As Walker gets the sac fly. With 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Here's Arenado, 0 for 2, struck out and then hit into a double play. There's a grounder to Pena. It's off his glove. And the bases are loaded again. That'll be charged in E6 on Jeremy Pena. So now the bases are loaded again with 2 outs. Here's Lucan Baker. He has not gotten his first hit yet this season. He's 0 for 5 with a walk, which happened in this game, surprisingly. There's a slider, 2-2. Three and two. Bases loaded, 2 out. Hard hit into left field. Back at the wall. He makes the catch. End of 5. Cardinals leave the bases loaded again. Luckily, though, they bring in a run on a Jordan Walker sac fly. 3-1 Cards at the end of 5. Astros had the top of their lineup due up here in the 6th inning. Jeremy Pena, Dubon, and Altuve.
Ball, that's too high.
2 for 6 combined. On the day, Zach Jackson and JoJo Romero both getting hot and loose in the St. Louis bullpen. Eric Petty, 2-1 count. Fouled off, 2-2.
Full count.
Hits it into right field. Burleson is back, and he makes the catch. We're in the 6th inning now. My apologies. Manager comes out, and that is the end of the day for Eric Fetty. And he's actually had a really good game. A lot of strikeouts, so he's only allowed, 2 hits. Only 3 guys to reach first base. Really a solid outing for Eric Fetty. Of course, I wish he could have went a little bit longer, but he had like 95 pitches thrown in this game, so obviously, had to take him out there.
That's ball 3.
Ryan Fernandez will come in relief here in the middle of the 6th inning. Dubon, 3-2. He hits it foul, and it's remaining 3-2. Should also let you guys know that alongside this Cardinal franchise series that I do, I also and now Mason Wynn interrupts me with E6 of his own, so both shortstops ruled it on an error today. But as I was saying earlier, I also have a little simulation series that I do on MLB The Show.
One strike.
Every Sunday night, I live stream a game on MLB The Show. I simulate, commentate. Tomorrow's game will ironically be a Cardinals game. The Cardinals and the Red Sox at Fenway Park. That should be a fun game to watch. Hopefully you guys don't get it confused with another Cardinals-Red Sox game that I did, which was a franchise game. Altuve 1 for 2 today with a home run. It's the only run the Astros scored in this game. And he strikes out on a high fastball. Now bring in Christian Walker. He's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks.
Ball! That pitch is out.
That misses outside, 2-1. Another 3-2. Walker strikes out for the 3rd time today. Bottom of the 6th inning, here we come. Don't go anywhere, more Cardinal baseball coming your way.
Now pitching for Houston. Number 42.
Sean Dubin will come in relief here in the home half of the 6th inning. The bottom half of the Cardinal lineup, 2 up. Avon Herrera, Brendan Donovan, and Nolan Gorman.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Herrera, the only one to do something at the plate out of the 3 with the RBI double back in the 2nd inning. He strikes out to begin the 6th inning. That'll be bring in Brendan Donovan, 0 for 2.
That's ball 2.
Inside, 2-1. Back to the pitcher. 2 outs. So that'll bring in Nolan Gorman. Oh for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Here in this game.
No, ball 4.
And he works a walk in at bat number 3. Okay. Here comes Mason Wynn. 1 for 2 today. He was Hit by a pitch his last time up. Strikes out to end the 6th inning. We're going to the 7th. 3-1 Cardinals. Zach Jackson's next up out of the pen.
Ball 2. The count is full.
Count is full to Yanner Diaz. Drop third strike and pulls Baker away from the bag, but he tags him for the out. That's one way to record an out. That'll bring in Paredes, hitting .238, 0 for 2 here today. Foul off, and it's 1-2. Here's a 1-2. Foul off again. Paredes started his career out in Detroit. Went to the Rays in a trade. And then he went to the Cubs. And now he's with the Astros. Here comes the 1-2.
Ball.
Outside, ball 2. Fouled off once more. Fly ball to left field. Donovan makes the catch.
Now that is designated hitter Jake Myers.
Two gone now. Here's Jake Myers. 2-2 count. Myers walked in the 2nd, struck out in the 5th. Strikes out again here in the 7th. Time to stretch here at Busch Stadium. 3-1 Cardinals lead.
Leading off for St. Louis, center fielder Trent Grisham.
Bottom of the 7th inning here in St. Louis. The Cardinals lead the Astros 3-1. That's the kind of the look at the game so far. Eric Fetty was a starter today for St. Louis, and then Luis Garcia on the mound for the Astros. Trent Grisham inning 325, 1 for 3, 2 Ks and a single. Make that 3 Ks and a single now. Please. And that is off the glove of Altuve, and just like that, Burleson is on. Here's Jordan Walker 0 for 1. Flew out to center in the second. He walked in the third and then had an RBI sac fly. He has 2 RBIs in this game. And he hits into a double play as we go to the 8th. So much for that excitement. 8th inning, here we come. 3-1 Cardinals. Phil Maton comes in here in the 8th.
Now pitching for the Cardinals. Number 42.
Pedro Leon, Cooper Hummel, and Jeremy Pena do appear in the 8th. One out, here's Cooper Hummel. Phil Maton starting off hot here in the 8th inning. There's a strike. It's 2-2 on a cutter. We'll most likely see Helsley come in to pitch the 9th, as the Cardinals are now 5 outs away from a win.
Now batting, shortstop Jeremy Pena.
Ball 2.
2-2. So Hummel's aboard. He was hit by a pitch. Here's Jeremy Pena. 1 for 3 with a base hit back in the first. Grounder to Arenado, a double play. Does not pull through. As they just get the 1 out. Cardinals have hit into 2 double plays today, so
That's a ball.
that would have been nice to see from the Astros side. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen. Luckily, though, there's 2 outs.
That's a ball.
3-1 count now with Altuve on deck. It's going to end up being a shorter game. Or a shorter stream. 3-2. Fouled off again. There's a fly ball in the left field. Base hit. Hummel will round third. He might come to the plate. And it's a 3-2 game as Marcio Dubon has a 2-out RBI double. Phil Maton was starting off strong, and then he hit Hummel with the pitch, and it's no more. As Ryan Helsley comes in for a 4-out save.
Ball, that's out.
Here in the 8th inning.
Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Here's the 3-1. Strike 2.
Handful.
And a ball 4 to Altuve. And so the inning continues. Here's Christian Walker 0 for 3 with a hat trick of strikeouts.
Ball.
Two and two. Cardinals trying to get the final out of the 8th inning. Strikes out Christian Walker for the 4th time today. Eighth inning didn't really go the way the Cardinals planned, but they get out of it.
Now pitching for Houston. Number 42.
Brian Abreu will come in relief here in the Astros half of the 8th inning, or the Cardinal half of the 8th, technically. As Nolan Arenado
2 balls, 1
will lead
strike.
off for the Redbirds here in the 8th.
Two to count.
And there's a strikeout for Abreu to start things off.
Now batting first baseman.
Here's Lucan Baker 0 for 2 with a walk here today. Here's a 1-2 to Baker.
Now batting catcher Ivan Herrera.
Abreu with that nasty slider. Getting back-to-back strikeouts. Here's Herrera. There's a strike, 1 and 2.
1 ball,
When we come back for the 9th, the Astros will have their heart of their lineup due up.
2 balls.
Lavianer Diaz, Isaac Paredes, and Jake Myers. All due up for the Astros in the 9th. As Abreu strikes out the side. Ouch. Wrist is hurting. Started a new job and my wrist is super sore.
Crosses Houston. Catcher William Diaz.
Ryan Helsley staying in for the 9th to try and get Yainer Diaz and Isaac Paredes and Jake Myers out. trying to get the save, trying to get the win. Popped up. And just foul, landing right behind the Cardinal dugout.
Two to count.
2-2. Fly ball to right field, and this ball is down. It's a ground rule double.
2 bases, everybody.
And the tying run is on for the Astros here in the ninth. They'll bring in Isaac Paredes. There's a strike, 2-2. And he strikes out Paredes for out number 1. Sorry, I'm not very talkative right now. I'm very hurting a little bit. Not gonna lie, Jordan Alvarez coming in to pinch hit. And they're going to intentionally walk the guy. So the Astros are going to burn 2 bench bats. They brought in Jordan Alvarez to pinch hit. And they're bringing in Chaz McCormick to pinch run. Here is Pedro Leon. Cardinals looking for the double play to try and get the win.
2 balls, 1
2-1 count. Two balls, 1 strike. 2-2. Two and two.
I got 3 and 2.
Full count. To Pedro Leon. Cooper Hummel on deck. That's fouled off. Another 3-2. He hits one out to center. Grisham will make the catch. Runners will stay put. And the Astros are down to their final out. The batter is Cooper Hummel. 0 for 2. Hit by pitches last time up, hitting .400 this season. 2-1 count. He hits one in foul territory. Strike 2. Astros down to their last strike. Elsley kicks and deals. 2-2. Strikes him out, and the Cardinals win. A 3-2 winner for the Cardinals here on Jackie Robinson Day. Elsley comes in, gets a 4-out save against a really solid Astros lineup. Eric Fetty picks up the win. Only allowed 1 run, 2 hits, had a bunch of strikeouts. So he gets his first win of the season. Luis Garcia with the loss. And the Cardinals will look to try and win the series. Try and take 2 out of 3 before heading to New York to play the Mets. And that's all we have for you here on Let's Talk Sports. I'm your man Josh Wright, signing off. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Like and subscribe. I might do another Cardinal franchise later today, depending on how busy I am. But that's all I got. Thank you guys. I'm Josh Wright, signing off from Busch Stadium. The Cardinals win it.